Hi, class. Today we're going to start chapter 3, and 3.1 is the idea of a limit. We've seen limits in real life, things like speed limit, age limit, the sky's the limit. There's time limits, weight limits, height limits to ride rides. A limit means, what's the highest you can go, um, time limit, how long can you go? It usually just means, what am I approaching? The sky's the limit. I'm not actually going to reach the sky, but the sky is as high as I can go. Okay, so sometimes you reach the limit, like the speed limit is 65. That means you can go 65, just no higher. The sky is the limit. I can't reach the sky, but that's, I can go as high as that. So sometimes you reach your limit, sometimes you don't. In math, the notation for that is right here. Here's our function f of x equals x squared. This is reading the limit as x approaches 2 from the right. That's how you read this notation. The limit as x approaches 2 from the right of f of x is 4. Okay? The limit as x approaches 2 from the right. So as I come and as x gets close to 2 from the right, from 3, 2.5, 2.25, the closer I get to 2 on the x, the closer the y gets to 4. In fact, it actually hits 4, doesn't it? 2 squared is 4. I mean, when x is 2, the y coordinate is 4. But we say the limit as x approaches 2 from the right is 4. We also notice that the limit as x approaches 2 from the left, okay, as I'm approaching from 0, 1, 1.5, the closer I get to 2, the closer my y value gets to 4. Since the limit as x approaches 2 from the right is 4, and the limit as x approaches 2 from the left is 4, that means we don't need to put a plus or a minus. We can just simply say the limit as x approaches 2 of this function is 4. And it does have a two-sided limit. The left and the right equaled each other. Okay, so we just have to get used to that notation a little bit. Here we have find the limit as x approaches 2 of this function. Okay, now notice what happens if I put 2 in for x, guys. I get 8 minus 8 over 2 minus 2. I get 0 on the bottom. This doesn't even exist. Look at the graph of it. There's a hole. It doesn't exist. However, as I approach 2 from the right and I approach 2 from the left, it approaches 4. It just never actually hits it. That's what I meant before about, the sky is the limit. I can't actually reach the sky. Okay, I'm not actually going to be 4, but my limit is 4. Okay, the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x is 4. The answer is 4. Okay, so the definition is right here for you. Basically, we say as x takes values closer and closer to some number, like in this case 2, they're saying to a is 2 in this case, on both sides of a, if they both get closer and closer to some other number, L, like 4, then we say that the limit as x approaches a of f of x is L. Sometimes it actually equals L, like 2 slides ago. Sometimes it just gets close, like here, but never will actually be 4. Okay. All right. Sorry, I don't need that. Okay. So the existence of a limit, sometimes we get a limit like the ones that we just saw, okay? But sometimes, like here's a graph with -6. As my x value gets close to -6, my y value shoots off to infinity. Sometimes we say the limit as x approaches a number is infinity. Or maybe like here, the closer I get to, what is this, 3? The closer I get to 3 from the right, oh, I'm going down to -infinity. Okay, the closer my x value gets to 3, my y value gets close to -infinity. Okay, so sometimes that will happen. All right. However, we do have times when the limit doesn't exist. That's, for instance, right here. As I approach from the left, I was going to positive infinity. As I approach from the right, I'm going to negative infinity. So if somebody says, hey, what's the limit as x approaches -6? I'd have to say it doesn't exist. From the left, it's positive infinity. From the right, it's negative infinity. So it doesn't exist. Okay? If f becomes infinitely large from one side and infinitely negative from the other side, we say it doesn't exist. Okay? This one was negative infinity because either whether I'm coming from the left or the right, I was going to negative infinity. Okay? And as we said on the previous page, if the limit from the left equals L and the limit from the right equals M, then it doesn't exist either. We didn't say that on the other page. They have to equal each other or we say it doesn't exist. Okay? This one was fine. The limit as I approach 0 from the left and the right both looks like it's 3.5. Here, the limit as I approach 4 from the left and the right looks like it's 1. Okay, is approaching the same thing here. The limit as I approach 6 from the left and the right is 2, but sometimes it approaches two different things. Okay, let's try a couple here. The limit as x approaches -2 of this function. Okay, the first thing you want to do, guys, is go ahead and try to put -2 in. 3 times -2 plus 2 over 2 times -2 plus 4. That gives me -6 plus 2 over 0. Ooh, -4 over 0 does not exist. Okay, so I'm thinking this doesn't exist. I'm wondering what's happening as I approach -2 from the right and as I approach -2 from the left. So let's think of some things. Okay, here's -2. -1, -3. So as I get closer to -2 from the right, maybe -1.5, -1.9. Let's see what kind of numbers we're getting there. Just so we can see what's happening on both sides of -2. So when I put -1.9 in for x, I got -18.5. When I put -1.99 in, I got -198.5. When I put -1.999, getting closer and closer to -2, I got -1,998.5. I'm pretty convinced that this is going towards negative infinity. On the other hand, if I approach -2 from the other side, -2.01, -2.001, getting closer and closer to -2 from the left, I ended up getting positive 2001.5. So I'm getting closer and closer to positive infinity. You could also graph it and you'll see it shooting off into towards different infinities, one positive and one's negative. So the limit as x approaches -2 does not exist. A lot of times that's how they'll write it, DNE, or they'll just type out the limit does not exist. Okay, the same type thing happens here with this funny function. I'm going to put, I can't put 0 in, okay, because I get 0 in the bottom again. All right, I want to see if it exists or not. I'm going to put something close to 0. I'll put a half. Well, a half over a half is 1. I'll put a fourth. Well, a fourth over a fourth is 1. Anything over itself is 1. Okay, and then let's try the other way, getting close to 0 the other way. I put negative a half in. Well, then I have a half over negative a half. That's -1. I'll put -1/4 in. Then I get a fourth over -1/4. That's -1. So I'm approaching two different things again. So this, it doesn't have to be infinity. Okay, these are just two different numbers. That does not exist either. Okay, let's check this example out. Determine the limit as x approaches 2 here. This is a split function or a piecewise function. It's a function defined in pieces. And it's telling me that I'm x squared when x doesn't equal 2. But when x equals 2, it's 1. Okay, so we know what x squared looks like. That's not the best, but at 2 squared, I'm usually 4. But it's saying no, it's not going to be 4. Okay, there's going to be a hole there. When x is 2, all right, any other thing, it's fine, it's x squared. But when x is 2, instead of it being 4, it's going to be 1. This is what that function looks like. When x is 2, my y coordinate is 1. Otherwise, when x is anything else, it's going to be x squared. Okay? So interestingly enough, guys, the limit as x approaches 2 of h of x is 4. Because as I approach 2, I get closer and closer to 4. However, h of 2 is 1. The functional value when x is 2, h of x is 1. However, the limit is not. So that goes to this, another type of limit that does not exist. Okay, or no, I'm sorry, that limit exists, but it doesn't actually equal the functional value. Okay, here are some rules for limits. If the limit as x approaches a of one function is a, and the limit as x approaches a of another function is b. Okay, these are just some rules that the limit as x approaches a of a constant is a constant. The limit as x approaches a of a constant times a function, you can just take the limit and then multiply. Anytime you're adding or subtracting, you can separate the limits. Okay, the same with multiplying, the same with dividing. Okay, we'll do some problems with these. This will help you understand them. But a polynomial function, if you want the limit as x approaches a of a polynomial, just stick a in. If you want the limit as x approaches a of a function to a power, you can take the limit first, then take it to the power. Okay? If the limit of a as x approaches a of f of x equals the limit as x approaches a of g of x, that means those functions must be equal. Okay? And this is about raising to an exponent. If you have the limit as x approaches a of some number raised to a function, you can just take the limit of that function and then raise b to it. Okay? And then we have some limits of logs that we'll get to as well. The limit as x approaches a of the log base b of f of x. You could just take the limit as x approaches a of the function and then take the log base b of that answer. Okay, you can go ahead and take the limit of the function and then evaluate the log. So limits are pretty lenient with what you can do. Okay, so we're going to find each of these limits. Oopsies, I went too far, but we'll do that on the next slide. Okay, join in for 3-1 part 2.